The ultimate fishing experience is brought to you by Lund Boats. This week on the Ultimate Fishing Experience, we're heading to Lake Wobegon in Northwest Ontario. Wobegon is unique among the thousands of clear Canadian shield lakes in this region, where waves wash up against hard bedrock shorelines. Instead, a deposit of clay lines Wobegon's shallows, where wave action clouds the water and reduces visibility to mere feet or inches. For Wobegon's fish species, it's no different than living amidst a shroud of fog. Yet, not only have fish adapted to their murky surroundings in order to survive, they have thrived. Anglers, in turn, need to adjust their tactics in order to catch fish here. That challenge is exactly what draws muskie aficionados James Lindner and Jeremy Smith to these murky waters. We'll join them as they explain their game plan to best decipher where muskies lurk. So it's time to power up the GPS, choose the best lure, and burn, baby, burn. As the old adage says, you can't catch them till you find them. But with the right strategy, muskies are only a crank away.
Take the time when you're fishing new water to look at all the different habitat options, figure out what the fish are using, fine-tune it, focus in, and these are the results.
Jeremy and I are actually doing one of our absolute favorite activities. We're muskie hunting. And this is really sort of interesting. I haven't been on this lake in probably close to 20 years. But the thing is where we're at, we're in the epicenter of Northwest Ontario muskie fishing, right around this area within 60 miles. You have how many different bodies of water that contain muskies?
Oh, it's countless right now. And like Jim said, it's been 20 plus years since he's been on this body of water. We're on Lake Wobegon right now out of Dryden, Ontario in Northwest Ontario. And this is my first particular time fishing this lake. So anytime you go to a new body of water, you've got to start somewhere, right? So how do you begin? Well, some of it comes from local intel, some of it comes from your previous experience with the fish you're chasing, and a lot of it just comes down to making casts and putting time on the water.
This lake, particular Lake Wobegon, is a dark water lake, which will really give us sort of, or at least our first inkling on how we're going to approach this lake.
First of all, identify the type of structure that the fish are using. In rock reefs, are they using island complexes? Are they relating to shoreline points? Is it boulders, broken rock, wood possibly, or weeds? And I'm guessing that between those four cover types, we're going to run into some muskies somewhere.
They are muskies though, so you never know.
So we pulled into the first spot just leaving camp. We got a nice weedy point with an island complex behind it. We'll see if there's rocks or weeds or if there's anything the fish prefer. And from there, we'll just keep mixing up the different habitat types we fish all day, and hopefully we put a pattern together quite quickly.
The real key to this activity is me to cast in front of Jeremy because he has a tendency to be a real muskie hog. We'll see how this goes. Boy, this is really beautiful. I haven't done this in a couple of years, and I always love doing this exploration. These are really beautiful bodies of water to fish. There's such mazes of habitat.
Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. Come on, baby. Boy, she was hot on it.
What size?
About 40, 42-ish, about 20. Oh, she came right back up on it. You see that? She came right up on it. She just started up for it again. Well, it's a good sign. Weeds, fish on weeds.
Yeah.
Pretty complex area. We're in here too. You can see you got island, bulrush bed, island, 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 bulrush point, wood, weed bed. There's just tons of habitat here for fish to be hiding in, and that looks good. Good sign.
Oh, got her, got her.
Atta boy,
Nice
Jim.
one.
Nice. That's the one that just followed,
Yeah,
huh?
I know.
Cool.
Wait.
Closed captioning brought to you by Mercury Marine, #1 on the water.
Oh, got her,
Got
her.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's
Nice
up on the
one.
surface. Oh yeah. That's the one that just followed,
Yeah,
huh?
I know.
Cool. Right
She
on.
just came up and launched it at. I know Jeremy pulled over and that fish came up hot. He was chasing around. I turned back and pitched back, and she just came up and launched it. Whoa,
Boy, Jim.
whoa,
On your way.
whoa.
It's fun on that gear. You tell
Yeah.
me where you want me to be.
No, it's perfect here. Yeah, except for we're blowing down wind into her. There we go. Come here, buddy. You want to get her upwind side here?
Whatever we can do to get her.
Okay. Yeah.
Which,
Come here, little rascal. Here, let's
can go to the other side
Yeah,
if
let's
you
this
want.
side here. It'd be easier. There we go.
Sweet. Huh?
Now, what do you thought?
That's cool. That's the bucktail we welded up.
You can't believe it. First 20 minutes on the water. That's perfect.
This is a good program. Good way to start. I'm going to tail us down here, Jim.
Yep, that would be really good.
I'll get the release tools.
That would be good.
Boy, are you a stick. Holy cow.
That's one thing so fun coming up to this area and exploring new water. We've never been on the spot before, and it didn't take long to get one of these guys up and out of there. Beautiful fish though. Look at that.
Nice one.
We'll get her back in the water. She's still healing up from spawning. She's got
Hey,
some
look at
rough
that.
spots on her.
Pretty green on
Yeah.
it. I'll get a still of this, Jim. Put it
Okay.
in the net.
Come on. Boy, aren't they beautiful?
Beautiful fish.
Yeah, I like those tan bodies on them. Come here, buddy.
Up she
Go
goes.
rolling. There she
See ya. Cool, look at that fin.
There we go. Saddles with weeds, #1.
Nice. Day 1 of our 3-day trip is all about establishing a milk run of proven or potential fish holding spots. The proven spots are obvious, where you catch a muskie or have a follow.
Oh, she's still on it, Jer. Still on it, still on it.
We place a waypoint down every time we see or catch a fish,
Another muskie on the run.
but we don't stop there. We continue to scout the surrounding area, placing more waypoints down on other likely fish holding locations. Oh yeah, look at this cabbage bed behind here now, Jim. See it? This allows us to better approach the spot the next time around. Right on some waypoints we got. Oh. She was on it, she just didn't commit. As far as potential spots you find, just because you didn't see a fish there the first time around, good spots are good spots. And under the right conditions, one might just show up. Still, place lots of waypoints down. You'll approach it with more knowledge of its layout the next time around. And that can make all the
Muskie.
difference in the world.
There we go.
Oh, but where to start? Here's a number of different habitats we look for, starting from close to spawning areas to main lake areas. Weed flats within or at the mouth of a bay, saddle areas between islands shallow enough to contain weeds, complex structures of many small islands with large boulder or broken rock, and if weeds are mixed in, even better. Further into main lake basins, we're looking for long extended points off mainland or main lake islands. Island complexes that split basins apart often create current, which attracts active pike and muskies. And last but not least, main lake reefs. You know, the ones that scare the bejeebers out of you when you're crossing the lake? Those are what we're looking for. One other thing for sure is no matter how good your maps are, they can only tell you so much. You've got to fish them to get a true indication of how good the spots can be. Once you've got them locked in your GPS, you've got them forever. Come tomorrow morning, we're that much farther ahead. We didn't see a fish here yesterday, but it had all the makings of a really great muskie spot. It had rock, it had weed, it's got a little saddle area, an island complex on the back side of it, so it's got high hopes.
A lot of real cheap talk.
You don't have confidence in the spot, Jim? You don't like it?
No, it's muskie fishing. You cast and you cast and then you cast and you cast some more and then all of a sudden they bite. But there is some logic to the madness. These little cloud cover building in a little bit better.
Beautiful weeds up here.
Puff daddies. Got him. Pike.
Pike.
Boy, I was gonna say, that's a good looking spot.
Oh, it's a little muskie.
Yep.
Cool. Oh, he came off. That was sweet though. Hey, I'll take that. Just bounce off a patch of weeds. Again, it's all about finding weeds for us so far on this trip. It looked like just a dynamite spot. I was burning a big super boo over the top of that, a number 10 style blade in a really bright color. And we want baits that we can see really well in the water. That way the fish can see them well as well.
You know, and a lot of times when you're fishing dark water like we have here, water clarity may be 2 to 3 feet. A lot of times vibration is more critical than anything at all, so they can actually feel it. Realistically, you know, how far they can see away from them, I don't know. But in a lot of cases, you want to put a lot of vibration in the water so the fish can find it.
Jim and I are focused on 4 primary presentations right now. It's the bucktail, spinnerbait, crankbait, and topwater. For bucktails, we've been throwing the double blades. They've got a lot of vibration. They also have a lot of lift. We're focused on shallow, weedy spots in a lot of situations, and the double 10s or the double 8s have a lot of lift to just ride right over the tops of those cabbage spots. And the second choice for those cabbage beds has been the spinnerbait. This is a great tool when you want to make contact with the cover or you want to just be sure that your bait is running free. Next, when we get on some of these rocky spots, we're fishing the jointed flat stick. This is a great bait. In dirty water, you can hear how loud it is. The UV pattern has been a really good one for us in the past, but the idea with the crank is we're trying to pound rocks, make contact with the bottom, and do anything that'll trigger a fish. And then both over the rocks and the weeds, when you're fishing in the summer, one lure you can't ever rule out is topwater. Sometimes it's the magical presentation fish just love. We haven't thrown it much yet today, but it's always something you've got to have tied up to one rod in the warm water period. That's what we've got on the deck today, a few variations of each, and so far it's paying off. I'm gonna catch another one.
There, got her.
Oh,
got her.
Got him. That away, Jim. Nice.
Oh, come here, buddy.
That a boy.
Yeah.
That's a different one, I think.
Yep, it is.
Good
Come here,
deal.
buddy. Come here.
Right on. Get the net here.
Come here, buddy.
Did you make contact with the cover when she bit?
Yeah, I was slow rolling it.
This baby
You got her
action.
hook right through the snout.
Okay, I'll come right in
Yeah,
and grab
she
it.
isn't gonna be on for long if we don't get her. There you go. Thank you.
You got it. There's your fish, sir.
Look what she bit on.
Pinky.
Yup.
Boy, those hot colors have been the deal.
This bait here is, if you look at that color, it's sort of Liberace, but this guy here
I'm tailing down.
is a real frisky one. There you go, look at that. There we go, look at that guy there. Not a giant, but a beautiful muskie. Nonetheless, Jared just had another one. One thing that's really critical when you're muskie fishing is when you look individual spots, even like a weed bed like this, there's really critical areas in that weed bed that has where the fish had the tendency to set up. And that's true whether you're fishing on rock piles or any type of deep water structure. The part is actually looking at the spot analytically and see where the fish will be most apt to set up at.
Let's head back up, Jim, do another drift through that. There was 2 of them, and you can make a lot of casts in a spot like that and still miss some of the fish that were through there. So you can see we laid a waypoint or 2 down on this spot yesterday, but now on my screen you'll see I laid a full series of waypoints down on the edge of this particular weed bed. Using waypoints now I'll be able to go back and we'll know exactly where that nice edge is, and we can make accurate casts rather than just kind of drifting around and throwing baits everywhere. So we're putting our baits in the money now.
Oh, got him. Got one. Muskie.
Is it?
Yep.
Atta boy.
Oh, come here.
Boy, you're on him, Jim.
Yep. Whoa. There we
right.
go. Look at that guy there. Look at that. Boy, she's a fat little chunk, isn't
Boy,
it?
is that thing pretty. Just
Yeah.
a short head on it, thick body. Can't wait to see a big one.
50 incher is going to be a really
Whoa, man.
stellar fish, boy. Get her back in the water and get the next one.
Alrighty. Well, Jim, how about we go grab a little bite to eat, a little German food? What is it tonight? It was Bavarian platter last night. I don't know, something really good. Calories needed after a day of chunking, I know that.
Yeah, these guys are really prepare you for some heavy eating. Well, that wasn't too bad of a day.
Yeah,
What are we both, 3 or 4?
Yeah, it was a
for the day?
good day of muskie fishing. Get a little food in our bellies and head back out, see if we can get a big one.
For the afternoon bite. I think we'll get a couple more bites by the end of the day.
Yep. Right, that was a fun day on the water. I love nothing more than coming up to Northwest Ontario and Sunset Cuttering, chucking baits for pike and muskies. And since this Lund Impact came out, this has been our go-to boat for this style of fishing in big Canadian waters. We've shot pieces of big pike in here, big muskies on some of the bigger waters in this part of the region, Lake of the Woods and Rainy, and there's a good reason we choose this boat for that job.
The biggest thing is this big deck space. We have 2 big casting platforms, tremendous amount of storage galore. We have storage underneath here, storage all the way down the side panels. Up in front, we have 4 or 5 different storage compartments, rod lockers, and a big gas tank that enables us to, run around on these big bodies of water. We got a really fuel efficient engine, and it's just a great fishing craft.
Yep, it's not too big, not too small, but just right for this style of fishing. Let's get something to eat.
I'm ready.
After a long day of muskie fishing, the last thing Jeremy and I want to do is cook. So we opted for the American plan here at Huber's Lone Pine Lodge. And I'm sure glad we did. It's really quite the experience. Our host Manfred, a recent immigrant from Germany, and his family put out quite the spread of authentic German food. Plus the ambience is like stepping back into the old country, including Manfred serenading guests with his organ grinder. The only negative of having such a hearty meal is we gotta get back out for the evening bite and chunk for muskies on such a full stomach. Maybe we can get Manfred to bring his organ grinder out in the boat to keep us awake.
Here we go. That motor I just turned over is Mercury's 150 horsepower 4-stroke. And that's been a great motor for us. We've been running it the last few years. It's quiet, fuel efficient, durable, lightweight, all of the things that you want in a motor. And it's been, in fact, such a great outboard that Mercury has taken this platform and introduced it into a whole new line of outboards for your Lund boat. When we're chasing muskies on these massive Canadian lakes, we're covering lots of water bopping from spot to spot. And this fuel-efficient Mercury 150 4-stroke has saved us a ton of dough. And to save even more fuel, we've added the Merc Monitor Gauge. It monitors 55 different engine functions, including fuel flow, engine temperature, and oil level. One of the coolest features it has is the Eco Screen. If you follow this function, you can save anywhere from 10 to 20% on your fuel economy. And how it works is the Eco Screen monitors your RPMs and the trim on your boat. And by following the levels on the side of the gauges, it will tell you via color. Yellow meaning you're not at optimum fuel efficiency, and green, you're at maximum fuel economy. Hey, it's a great tool to take the guesswork out of saving you money.
Oh, it's a fish. It's like a pike head or a muskie head. Oh, that's what it is. You can see that's a head of a fish. Look at him. Ooh, look at his boots. I like the way he walks. But he's really sort of soft stepper, isn't he? Look at him. You don't see eagles walking like that too much. Oop, there he is, right there.
Oh yeah, look at that. Get him, Jim, get him.
Except for I got a weed on my bait.
Oh, he's still down there.
Yeah, I know.
Got him. Oh yeah, it's a nice one, Jim. Nice
Is
fish.
it?
Nice fish, yeah.
There you go. Now you're talking.
Oh,
wow,
yeah.
there you go.
Right, huh? That was cool.
Yeah, that was cool. Look how
Boy, did she lunch that thing. You're just commenting on what a great spot that was.
Wow.
I'll bring her over here.
Yep, no, I'm
Nailing
not
down
ready.
here, quick.
Now I'm ready. So, there you go.
Cool.
Come here, buddy.
That was sweet. 3 fish on this spot, Jim.
Yep. Come here. Oh, there
All
you go.
right.
That's a little bit better one. Good job.
Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Sweet. Just set her down. We'll
Yeah.
try to get her head in the water. Then I don't even have to
Boy, the
unhook.
spinner bait.
Another deal on the spinner bait.
that-
It
that
is. She's ornery.
That's a beauty.
Oh, here we go. Check this out, Jim. Yeah, that's a
There you
beautiful
go.
fish. Look at that thing. Uh-huh. Beautiful, beautiful muskie. Hey, take the time when you're fishing new water to look at all the different habitat options, figure out what the fish you're using, fine-tune it, focus in, and these are the results.
Gorgeous fish.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful fish, huh? And off she goes.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like more information, check out lundboats.com or these other online outlets.